Oh, here we go. Oh, baby. Here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we here. Oh, we are farmers? No. Dun, 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 dun. We here. Oh, we are frickin' frackin' here for the exclusive Patreon and YouTube member Q&A. Oh, yes, we are. And don't worry. Predictions, I was like, oh, they'll come out tomorrow. But I'm like, you know what? Let me make them out today. They'll still come out today. They're going to come out a little bit later. They'll come out. So they'll still be out. Tomorrow, of course, we'll release the interview I did with a Vikings fan today. We got a little clickbait. And then on Friday, got a little GPS action. And then we'll have an early Friday night Q&A. But none of that matters now. Nay. Because we are here for this freaking fracking Q&A. Let's get it, baby. Oh, I did. I watched Boba Fett while I was scarfing down some dinner. I was like, it's only 59. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for that. Thank you. You're gonna have to keep reminding me. Boop. Day 59. Nailed it. There we go. I thought it was pretty good. I think it was a good solid intro for Boba. I think it was a good solid intro. Hello, friends. Hello. We here. Oh, look at all these cheeseheads. Look at all these members. Look at all the green. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Boba Fett. Yeah, it was solid. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. But ladies and gentlemen, we here. We are here. Did I ever hear back from the charity? Nope. Nope, never did. But it don't matter, because we gave him $51,000. Chaotic good. And so, it's time for an intro for my Patreon and YouTube members. Grossi Posse Hacker! Nation, welcome to an episode of Podcast, the podcast where you don't, I did backwards name, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom, exclusive Grossi. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Oh, baby, we rocking. The lung capacity, it knows no bounds. I mean, technically it does, because at some point I have to take a breath, but Lord, this is the time, folks. Little incentive, little reward, little thank you for, supporting, whether it's through the YouTube membership or whether it's through the Patreon or whether it's both. A little exclusive Q&A for you. So let's get to it. Altia! First of many lore questions. Wildflower named the tree in Stumpy's yard Margaret William after his dead parents. Yes, that is where his dead parents are buried. Margaret is under the stump and William is under the tree. So they are buried under there, hence William and Margaret. Next question. Ava, not over the West video this morning. Yeah, that's right. No, Nolan, I didn't hear back from the president of Iceland, and honestly, that's the most disappointing thing. That's the most disappointing thing. Can't wait for the 2 years so I don't have to have the cheese head. I love it. By the way, we also have a question through Patreon. So, is the Mac hallucination manufactured by someone else or Breck himself? Great question. Breck himself. That one, I know what you're thinking. It's not that. That's that boy's guilt. That's his guilt. And a little bit, because there's a scene in there where there's a line in which Max says, like, you're narcissistic, you're selfish, you did everything for yourself. And then, fast forward, he admits it to Oakley that he is the one who killed Mac, and he did not do that for himself because he knew that was going to screw himself. In addition, he didn't run away, so I want to say it's a little bit of a character arc, but maybe there's a little change in there. West video is great. Thank you. When we have an early morning premiere, it's called Tom Grossi After Dark. That's accurate. That's accurate. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is not, it's not who you think it is. It is not who you think it is. How worried about the Packers' run defense after the Cleveland game? Mildly. Dalvin Cook could have a nice day. But Kenny Clark like just coming back, maybe, you know, that definitely hurt things. But right now there's a little COVID outbreak going on with the Green Bay Packers, so not too great. By the way, we got a great question over the Patreon. Said, hey Grossi, question for the Q&A. Chuck Pagano took over the Colts towards the end of Peyton's career. They were 11-5 his first 3 seasons, losing 2 AFC championship games. Then Peyton left for Denver. The Colts missed the playoffs 3 times, and Chuck was let go. Is history repeating with Matt LaFleur? That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't think it's necessarily repeating. I think that, you know, LaFleur is going to have to prove himself once Aaron Rodgers is gone. You know, you've seen him play with Jordan Love once, and it was on a short week, and there really wasn't much to do. I think that LaFleur has gotten much better at play calling, but I think there's still a lot to learn. But I think you're going to really see like the true measure of who LaFleur is after Rodgers is no longer there. So, yup. That's it. True North Packers fan, hope not. Chloe, what's going on? Yeah, thank you for introducing me to Lauren, and She Got Sports with the Ray the other night. Let's get it. Spread the love. Chaotic good all day, every day. ZJ says, I keep missing the premiere for the West videos because I always go to bed by the time they're out. Yeah, I mean, last night was at 1:30 my time in the morning, so I can't say I blame you for that. There's a inside joke amongst people who watched the East last year. It literally was 3 a.m. gang, because there were some episodes that dropped at 3 a.m. The Coach Season 3 finale dropped at 3 a.m. Sometimes it just takes so long to get done, and yesterday was such a packed episode. It wasn't even the longest one, but it was such a packed episode that there's so many changes and cuts and all that stuff. It just takes forever to film. So, yeah, it happens. LQ, is the West Saga taking place after the Coach Season 3 finale? It's a great question. Maybe. Or maybe partially. There you go. Chloe! Said I've been a member, can't miss it. There you go. What's going on, Bruce? Good to see you. Foster. I've seen a season of the floor firsthand, and it's great. Nothing special, but it's great. Altia says, can we expect a mutiny-style rebellion against Lewis over a somewhat hostile takeover of the house? So yeah, a lot of the comments, which I'm glad that these are the comments, were kind of about Lenny. And we're like, why is Lenny just letting this happen, right? Like, you know, they have the same record, etc. Why are they letting that happen? Or why is he letting that happen? And the thing is that Lenny, ever since he's been king, the only other king that he's been dealing with is Eugene, or Grandpa Cardinal, who's just been chilling and minding his own business, right? He's doing his own thing. He's reuniting with his grandson. He's out watching the birds and maybe other things out there. But like, he's doing all these things. So there's never been like a, hey, I'm a king, so I'm going to be treated like a king. The most time that Lenny's ever used his like influence or power was to get people to come to his monologue performance, in which the entire house didn't even show up. So then you have Lewis, who's a completely different guy. And the way that I thought of it was mostly that Lenny just found this to be unexpected and didn't really know how to react. But, you know, depending on how some of these games flesh out, maybe you see a little pushback from Lenny in the next episode, depending on who the king is. We'll see. Super chat's shut off. I don't have a button to produce a super chat. I have a button. Oh, no, I don't have. Oh, I guess because it's unlisted, you can't. Oh. I was wondering why. I never thought I'd get a donut. I was like, oh, I wonder why. Oh, no. So I guess you can't. Yeah. I guess you can't. It's all good. It's all good. It was a packed, but it was a good episode. Will Lenny feel betrayed when he finds out what Breck did? You'll see. There'll be some emotions there. Watching Tom Grossi 3 a.m. challenge, not clickbait. Kurt Warner movie looks like a Hallmark movie. It does. It really does. I had no interest in that. So. John Madden Memorial Madden stream. If I was to remember John Madden, it would be the way we did it on GPS, not playing a terrible game of what it's become. So, yeah. No, it's all right. Mecha Fish, man. Listen, 3 a.m. is rough. And getting up, nay, you just have to stay up. So I gotta get up 5 at school, so I have to go to bed early so I get any sleep. I hear that. I hear that. Lenny's too good for them. Again, what I love about this season is it took a while to get going intentionally, but you had relationships that were formed in each of the individual houses, and now they're starting to come back and make a big difference on how the narrative is going to move on forward. So, sent the staff out to clean while I watch the Q&A. That's amazing. That's amazing. Lenny should join Eugene at Wildflowers after. That's it. Ava says, you're legally not allowed to kill off Grandpa Cardinal, too. Not after Mac. It's not allowed. Bruce, CP Gamer is going to Q&A section at Easter, and I'll be asleep, so potential rate. Nice. All my homies hate Lewis. Love Super Secret Alliance line, but why ain't you followed up with an FU Lewis? First of all, you will still see Gavin next week, because the beginning of that is going to be Gavin saying goodbye to the house. So there's plenty of time. And why say F Lewis when you can just do it through your actions? And I don't mean that in a sexual way. So that scene when Beck was so heavy, I almost teared up. Oh, yeah. No buttons to push. I know. Find a copy of Madden 98 to play. That would be better. The team season somewhat affects the characters, but do you have an archetype and then you just move the teams that fit in the beginning of the season? No. I mean, like I said, Lenny was not going to be a Shakespearean character. It just felt right, and that's what we did. Same thing with Wildflower. Wildflower, like, becoming the character that he was. Like, you see it in the first episode where he becomes this kind of, like, religious, spiritual person, and then, like, as the season goes, it just, like, evolves from there. So I would say, like, all of them at some point evolve. Some more than others. And, like, when you have 9 characters, in this case 10 when you throw in Wildflower, there's only so much that I can do with the allotted time, in terms of character development. So, there are going to be characters that are going to be less developed than others. But at the same time, what I do like about this series, and considering that they're so connected, it allows for, Wildflower, like, his character development to continue, even though it's not his season anymore. I'm pretty happy with, like, Grandpa Cardinal's kind of rise a little bit, or, like, his arc. I like Lenny's. And the thing is, I think my favorite aspect of it is, if you watch yesterday's episode, you look at who Lenny sticks up for in the house, right? It's Jerry, because, like, he was his number 2. It's Breck, because of Lenny and Breck, and it's Grandpa Cardinal. So, he has, like, those 3 people, and through that, either Lenny, like, gets his own character development, and so do those characters, whether it is forced upon by themselves or Lenny is the one forcing it. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. Oh, Luke, I missed your last question. I don't know what you said. What time does that mean? 3 a.m. So what time can she see them? I didn't even see that one. So, yep. When season's over, how long will you take to make a decision about your possible retirement? I don't think I'll retire. Channeling inner Jeff Probst. Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, that was fun. Ground Cardinal coughing because of COVID? No, it's not COVID. It's definitely not COVID. Who's going to prove themselves better than Packers and Cowboys? Packers all day, every day. Oh, yeah, let's get it. That's all right, Bruce. It's just waiting for you when you wake up. Man seemed to like the Cowboys more than the Raiders once he got to the booth. Lenny at the beginning was so normal. Accurate. It also, like, changed, like, week 2, though. Week 2. No super chats available. Super chat. True story. True story. What's going on, INS? How we doing? Oh, rewatching the East Wildflower is so different, even his voice. Yep. In the very beginning, yeah, it's very different. So, John says, what is the motive in making Lenny so humble, even though Casey has been a tank as of late? Well, it's kind of a very common theme, and this is happening in the East, and you also saw it happen in the West too, is that, like, when you have a losing streak, or you're not doing so well, there is that kind of underdog mentality, and there's a bit of humbleness that's with it, for a bunch of characters. And then once you get it, a couple things can happen. What I like about Lenny and also Eugene is that Eugene says, right, you don't need a crown to be a king, is that like he's not interested in it whatsoever. He's taken the crown off multiple times, whether it was for Wildflower, whether it was to literally leave the house. And Lenny kind of just is worried about making relationships and all that. And I think one of my favorite pieces of dialogue is when it's from last week, when you had Diego and Lenny talking to each other, and Benny Tech actually pointed this out in the mod chat, and this was done very intentionally. There's some lines that Lenny is like talking to Diego, and he's like, you know, good game. I'm looking forward to more good games in the future. And Diego's like, no, like, I hate you, dude. Like, because that is that underdog mentality of like, when you're not the one in power, like the Chiefs or the Packers or something like that, or even the Cardinals for a bit, like, you don't like them, right? Like, it's great. They're going to like it and think everything's fine and try to continue to form relationships and what have you. And some are going to accept it, but Diego's not going to accept it because he's like, listen, I can still win the division. I can still, you know, beat you. I think I'm better than you, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that it's interesting to see how those dynamics play out, because you have had two characters this season who have had power for the majority of the season and not yielded. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Kip, when do we get the Finn Oakley sea shanties? Oh, don't you worry. You'll get them. You'll get them. ZJ, Tom, how do you write Coach the West videos? Usually the day of. This week, I wrote 3 pages on Monday. I don't know what day it is. Monday. And then I had to stream and all that great stuff and do rankings for getting the Rams. And then I just sit down and I write. I look up the standings. I look up and see like what the games were if I don't know them off the top of my head, which I usually do, because I pay attention to those games. And I just start writing. And, you know, I also, because I spend so much time with editing and what have you, I have a pretty good memory of what occurred within the episodes. So, Galaxy, will there be another death soon? Depends on the games, but there's a very good likelihood of that. How Rocky just seen to break Wildflower in the first episode. Poor Wildflower couldn't do anything. Leave Eugene alone! Is Chana's actively affecting things in the show as we speak? Actively? I would say previous actions are affecting the show now. Does Parrot take Streamlab donations during GPS? I don't think so. Ryan says, I've always wondered if Lenny was meant to be written different for the season. In my head, I imagine a Chiefs fan to be a bit arrogant considering their continued success. Yeah, and look what happened. Like, that's the thing. My original goal for... the thing is, there's no prep for this. So, there's no prep in terms of, like, this is who this character is going to be. It literally... That's what people don't really understand. Like, people look now and be like, oh, well, like, Diego, right? So you have the Chargers lose to the Texans, but it's a throwaway line, it's a throwaway joke, and it's acknowledging it. And people think like, well, it's just storyline now, it's not the games. But that's not true, because the games dramatically impact who these characters become and also how they develop or don't develop, right? So you look at Jerry and Gavin. For a while, I had nothing to do with them because like they were just sucking and not really doing well. So a lot of it just turned into like banter between them two. And then weeks ago, I had a plan. There was an original plan for Jerry too, but I had a plan and it was like, all right, like they're going to do this super secret alliance thing. And if it comes down to it, this is what's going to potentially happen. So basically when I'm writing it, it's like, okay, here are the different routes or avenues that these characters can go down and the decisions that they make. And you see the callbacks that are starting to happen. There's a callback to week 9 here in which basically the entire house hates Jerry. And that's why they're going to potentially vote out Jerry. So yeah, I mean, it's not just the, you know, storylines. It's the games do have an impact on who that character is going to become, or, you know, how they're going to act or actions that are going to happen within the episode. So, hi Ness, what do you take from the Aaron Rodgers news? And is it even news besides the fact he isn't going anywhere? No news. What was your best Christmas gift this year, Tom? My mom got me an air fryer. That was pretty dope. So, yeah. So that's why we're hated. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really looking forward to doing the North in 2 years because I will really want to explore that dynamic a lot. Like a lot. I'll tell you, will Breck tell the captain or anyone else in the house that Diego tricked him into killing Mac? We'll see. That's coming up soon. So, yeah. When is Conversations with Puppy? Off season. How's the South going to fit into the GCU? Just like the West is fitting into the GCU. There'll be connections. Don't you worry. There'll definitely be connections, but Right now, I have ideas about the South, but I'm more focused on the West right this second. So, yeah. The North is going to be interesting. You get back into stand-up? Yeah. I mean, COVID kind of really limits that, and during the season, I can't do anything, but yeah. So, that's it. They hate us because they ain't us. Very real possibility the Vikings sweep the Packers this year. Could be. Could be. Are we going to see more appearances of Wildflower? Yes, you will see Wildflower at least one more time this season. Justin, did Eugene witness Breck placing Mac's body in the woods while observing the birds? No, he did not. Great question, but no, he did not. And the reason being is because he started getting a little preoccupied. So, yep. Tom, talking about series so therapeutic for some reason. Call back when at the beginning of the show, like episode 2 or 3, when Breck said he was going to kill a Raiders fan. Yep. Yep. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that. Let's see. These detailed lore questions make me so unquestionably happy. Hell yeah. North dynamic is going to be interesting. Will the Packers character just be you? No. Did you watch season 2 of The Witcher? I did. I thought it was okay. I thought it was solid. There were some really great moments, and then there were some that was meh. It was just meh. Yeah, I think it was like, and I felt watching the end of it the same way I felt at the end of season 1. I was like, oh, now the story really can begin. But I was like, wait, now I feel this way twice. What team in the South am I looking forward to doing? The Jaguars. I'm really, really looking forward to the Jaguars. Like a lot. Nolan, I know, I tried for a while to get to the Vote for Grossi account. It's just there forever now. So, yeah, Tampa will be interesting. That will definitely be interesting. Will Packer just be Harold? He has no words. Favorite game of 2021? I mean, I love the Bengals-Packers game. That was pretty great. Packers-Cardinals was good too. I mean, Lions-Vikings. That's up there. We massacre the Vikings. I don't know if we're going to massacre them. They're getting Dalvin Cook back. We have a bunch of people out with COVID. I think it's going to be a tough game. Demetrius! Who dat? Not going to the championship of their fantasy league due to subpar Kamara performance. Same, buddy! Same. Yeah, the Bucks were once a part of the AFC West. Very, 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 very true. Very true. There is years ago, before I started doing YouTube, I made during an election year a Vote for Grossi thing. My cat's in it. It's a young Tom Grossi with bad hair and bad teeth. So, yeah, I'm excited about that, though. So, you do the Jags, you do it with a British accent. That's one of the reasons why I'm really excited to do them, because there's so many possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities. And if Trevor Lawrence is bad, oh God, the possibilities are going to be great. Because it's going to be the same character who used to dress up as Gardner Minshew and now dresses up as Trevor Lawrence. So it's going to be great. Jack Easterby led Texans. He's just going to be a religious preacher. That thought has been there. Dalton Schultz. Yeah, absolutely. Cardinals Packers game was good. Are you worried when you do the North, you might have to make fun of the Packers a lot? No, I make fun of the Packers all the time in like my bedtime stories and episodes, stuff like that. I have no problem making fun of the Packers. My love for them is obviously apparent. So, no, it's okay. Excited or nervous you do a British accent? How far is Finn Oakley willing to go to avenge Mac? All the way, baby. But is that what Mac would have wanted? Also, you will get a little bit of closure about the whole parents thing. So, or my references. Captain does murder Breck, I will. Oakley better absolutely destroy Breck. Oh, yeah. It's fun. Favorite candy treat candy bar that's no longer available? Batman bar or the gold bar? My treat, Creamwages. They were put out by Nabisco a long time ago, and they were 2 Chips Ahoy, and you had Oreo filling in the middle, and they were great. All happen in characters that don't make the playoffs. The best thing? Probably voted out. Can't wait till the North just, not just the Packers, but also KGM. Kitty goes meow, baby. Kitty goes meow. All day. How big is Finn Oakley's pirate ship? It's pretty big. Pretty big. Pretty big. Pretty big. There's actually... So... There is a scene I've had in my head for a while that I really want to do that involves Captain Finn Oakley and would also tie into Coach. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but yeah. We see Gavin after he says goodbye. I have a plan for you to see Gavin, but it all depends on how games go. It all depends. When's the GCU endgame? I mean, the North, it's going to kind of all come together, and then that season of Coach. So, barely squeeze in. I mean, I think the Eagles have a good shot of making it. Yeah, I think the Eagles have a good shot. 49ers in the NFC. And then AFC, oh, God, it's just a nightmare in which no one wakes. I don't even know about that one. Giants having room for the Packers this year? Let's go. Let's go. How can we help you do the scene? What? Wildflower and Finn Oakley sword fight. He's got a point. That's the major question. Does he have a pointy stick? How can we help you? No, it's all how the games wind up. So... What does Finn do in the summer besides, be a pirate? That's what he does. He does just pirate things. Jimmy G era. Oh, yeah. Jimmy G era is over. 100%. 100%. Most emotional West moment to film. Ooh. It's either Wildflower meeting Grandpa Cardinal for the first time, or it's that next week in that conversation. It's one or the other. Both of those hit pretty hard. Both of those hit really... I think it might be the conversation because the meeting, I was just so proud of how that scene came out because it was so freaking good. Like, that one I give myself props for. Like, that one I did well. The conversation, though, I feel like is something. Is something. Patriots fall their way out of the playoffs, of course. He raids. What happens with the West if the Rams win the NFC West if they play the Cardinals in the playoffs? There, like I said this before, there is a possibility I do a playoff episode. Because of how many teams could potentially be in there, there is a possibility. Because it's not like the East. So, what game's outcomes are you dreading because of how it impacts lore? The Cardinals game. The Cardinals game. Very much so. Very much so. Cincinnati and the Browns today is playoff contenders. Not that I know. So you apologizing when they win the division against Kitty goes meow. You got it, buddy. You got it. The Raiders' reaction showed him one. Oh, man, I didn't know you remembered. Will Finn Oakley fire a cannon? No. But if something goes well, he will be in a boat. I don't know how I'm going to film it, but I'm going to try to make it happen. So, there we go, Radar. There we go. There we go. We'll see. We'll see. JJ, what's going on? Convo hit me hard. I imagine during the premieres that you have a SpongeBob-sized grin reading all our comments. Oh, I do. It's the best part about it. It's the best part about it. What was up with Wildflower on Sunday? Oh. He's distracted. Just like ever since Wildflower came into Grandpa Cardinal's life, Grandpa Cardinal hasn't won a single game. Which just works out. How does Joe Barry fix the run defense? Scotch tape. I don't think it's as bad, but yes, you're going up against an elite running back. And we're going up against another one in Dalvin Cook. It's just trying to game plan for it. That's it. That's it. Teams aren't contenders now, but we're only one or two pieces away. I feel like the Broncos. Are solid. The Raiders, I think they are. I think they're close too. Yeah, I feel like those two teams are pretty close. But we'll see. Yes, we will, Luke. Yes, we will. 100%. I see your pointy stick is as big as mine. So what'll happen to Grandpa Cardinal if he loses out? You'll see. You'll see. Were you surprised? Oh, I was pleasantly surprised by Buffalo. Yes. Pleasantly surprised. Do I have any idea for Wildflower after Washington changed name? No, it's always going to be Wildflower. It's always going to be Wildflower. Always. Aspen, can the Packers special teams please get together before they end up costing the Packers playoffs? Amen. Zeppelin, where'd you rank Justin Herbert amongst the league's quarterbacks? I say he's like near bottom top 10. I think he's the bottom of the top 10. So, every NFL fan's New Year's resolution. Probably not. It's a good idea. I just don't have the time for it, to be honest. That's the problem. Because those videos take forever, too. Those are other ones that take a really, really long time. 49ers, yeah, 49ers are definitely one. So, think with the cold weather favors the Vikings since both teams led to lead on the run. Slightly. But I also think our offense through the air could really perform. So, if we put up a lot of points, it might work out. Take care, Kip. Take care. There you go, Stern. Side line, who's been your favorite upset so far this year? I mean, Buffalo beating the Patriots is pretty solid. Packers beating the Cardinals, because that was a major upset when it happened. I'd say that one. I'd say that one, 100%. 100%. Lenny was not shown getting a letter for the show at the end of Coach. Yes. Because he was not in the show yet. What I meant by that is because I did the Chiefs really soon after the season. And so with the reaction videos, like, you know, a Patriots fan, Chiefs fan, what have you, there's some leeway there because it's just, it's not the fan. So that's why, like, Mac is able to show up, and that's why Captain Finn Oakley is able to show up, because they are two different characters. So, what was the video that took you the longest to make? Coach Season 3 finale, and it's not even close. It's not even close. That thing took me days. That took me, that video still haunts me. Looking at that timeline, my God. It was crazy. Tristan, it's a custom jersey. Custom jersey. It says Packcast on it. The Dread sequel to 2020's finalist, 2022. Sports moment that made me the most emotional this year. I mean, the happiest probably was the Lions win over the Vikings. Beating the Cardinals was good, though. I saw that Bajorquez COVID list. Yep. Exactly. Kurt gets to kick it away. Plays like recruit. That's it, baby. Are we ever going to see Mac again? If some things go the way that I think they will, then yes. You could see Mac again. You could. Should we be wary of those who didn't receive an invitation on camera? I did say that in the beginning. I did say that. What do you know about Bakhtiari? Day to day. He's day to day. They're not going to rush him, so they're not going to. And it's just going to be like whenever he does. So, a live flashback. I don't know. Well, I do. Yeah. As ghosts are alive and well. You'll see. You'll see. Khalil Mack. Yes, Mack is named after Khalil Mack. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Live on the beach or flashback. Could be a lot of those things. Could be none of those things. Could be all of them. Browns are honestly the biggest disappointment of the season. Yeah, I would say. I mean, they've had injuries and stuff, but yeah, I thought they were going to be better than they were. Why didn't Captain just take his revenge and back if that's what he wanted to do? Why instead is he taking over his voting power? He trying to create a buffer? No, he wanted to make sure, because he was concerned that Breck was going to get voted out, and he wanted to make sure that Breck wasn't going to get voted out, and that's why he voted for Gavin, because he didn't know any of the other people. He didn't want Breck to be able to leave the house. He wanted him to stay. So, how do I solve the situation at corner in Green Bay? What's the situation? We have Rasul Douglas and Eric Stokes right now. Kevin King when he's healthy, and Jair if he comes back. So, when are the season reaction bits starting? As soon as the regular season's over. And there we going. Mac in the void. I can say no, he's not in the void. He's not. So, I hear the sad music in my head. Alexander coming back, that's not a situation. I mean, you keep Jair in there. and you rotate guys out. That's it. That's it. Will Tome be the Vikings fan for the North? Will be someone else since Tome is on the beach. We got 2 years. A lot can happen in 2 years, so we'll see, Adam. He's back in Davy Jones's locker. Let me put it this way. That's where Finn Oakley thinks he is. Mac in the void, but two to Letty and Breck. Alexander, Douglas, and Stokes in the field said that'd be great. What was better, the Packers beating the Cardinals or the Cowboys' third loss? Packers beating the Cardinals, definitely. 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 So you're saying there's a chance. We'll crack open a brewski. This has wildflower in it. That's funny. That's funny. Where the hell? Where the heck is my bottle opener? Dove et tu bottle opener. Am I like looking right at it? You're finally home from Cleveland? Isn't that an oxymoron because you're already home when you're in Cleveland? Where the heck? Am I blind? Yep. I am. I am. Yeah, it's not that one. That's a different one. That's a sad beer one. That's a sad beer one. There are days when the GCU just gives me a bit of a headache. I love it. No milk. I don't think it has milk in it. Papa Grossi got it for me, so if it has milk in it, he's trying to kill me. So. Cheers, folks. Appreciate you coming out. Appreciate the support. As always. As always. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. How is Gavin named after? It means, I think in Gaelic, it means white hawk. So. How far ahead did you write the, for Coach when you first came up with the idea, or was it week to week like the reaction videos? That's a great question. So you're talking about like season 1 of Coach. Season 1, I knew by like either the end of the first episode or like end of the second episode, I knew what the finale was going to be. And then it was just working up to that finale. So, yeah. And then for these other seasons, sometimes it's like week by week, but there's an overarching storyline. Then I have a lot more freedom because I don't have to worry about teams losing or winning. Muggs, is there any chance Wildflower hitting Lewis with the pointy stick to get his revenge? Maybe. Can ambition make hallucinations as well? Maybe. Why Bruce kills Springsteen's joy at a time when they are so close? What book last year? You mean to the East video? Because at times, like, they are still, like, rivals as well. And at the same time, like, Bruce also finding out that he's not really, like, part of the family. That's Bruce's storyline. Bruce has a really nice character arc last year, because like he winds up accepting the family that, you know, he's with. White Hawk of Battle. What's your favorite beer that can be found nationwide? I can buy a 6-pack right now. I think Allagash White is around. I'd be careful drinking that. Is Wildflower's pointy stick an actual pointy stick or a pop? Oh no, that is actually my grandfather's World War II sword. Wildflower's that pointy stick is literally my grandfather's World War II sword. Oh, Stern, let me know how the screwball peanut butter is, buddy. Let me know. You chucked into David Jones's locker. Oh, yeah. Who made any GCU retcons? I mean, technically, because it wasn't 2 years ago, it was like a year later for the grandfather one. That was one. But, you know, I also wouldn't have done it if it didn't make sense. When I knew I was going to do it, I went back and I was like, yep, it's the same thermal. It's the same everything. Like, it's the clothes that Wildflower wears. So, yeah. Ambition still have ability to get into the woods if he's outside the crawl space. He could go back in if he wanted to. Does Ambition have an actual name? And we found out what it is. Maybe. Screwball is dangerous. Oh, it's dangerous, but it's good. It's good, though. It's good. It's so good. Did Tom have a Merry Christmas? Tom did, because Tom streamed games, and Tom was well. He's the grandpa's pulling his stick. It all comes full circle. There's also, there's a lot. There's a lot. Would anyone be putting any non-compliment fans in the Dark Void by order of the Kings of the West? What? We see Wildfire going back several years at one point. I see a fan of both Washington and Arizona. So that's kind of already answered in the episode where Wildflower and Grandpa get together. When Eugene is talking to Finn, he kind of explains that and says that while he was like staying with him, he stayed with him for a season and he was a Cardinals fan during that. So, I mean, wouldn't you be? Do you have a New Year's resolution? Make this even bigger. Would you still be teaching if YouTube didn't exist? Probably. Does Lewis' attitude towards Eugene have anything to do with the St. Louis connection? Slightly, yes. New Year's Eve plans after Q&A. Going to hang out with some friends. So, small, little gathering. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Luke, only time will tell. Klingon bar. Mama Grossi's father? No, Mama Grossi's father. Mama Grossi's father. So, yeah, LT, you also do it little drops of pomegranate. It tastes like PB&J as well. How far do you think the Cowboys are making the playoffs? Divisional round, maybe? Maybe. So, Grandpa Cardinal born in 1898. Yes. Yes. When do you think we hit 1 million? I don't know. I used to say 5 years. I don't know. It went slower this year. So, I don't know. Million's a lot. And I'm also in a niche thing, too. So, we'll try. We'll try. Chiefs make Super Bowl or some KC beer for you. That cool? Absolutely. Most drunk I've been live on stream. There's been a couple Q&As where I've gotten pretty close. And then one with Perna. I was done by the end of it. I think we'll actually win a Lombardi this season. I do. I think we have a very good shot of winning, especially if we get even one of those players back. Mm-hmm. Even one of them back, I think, is a huge boost. Huge. 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 But Grandpa Cardinal in Vietnam. Or the Charlies. You ever have Tree back on a game first year? Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Tree and I don't live close to each other. The thing that worked out is he was like somewhat in the area because of his girlfriend, so it worked out. Josh Meyer, all we've heard from LaFleur is that he could come off IR. Stick with Jordan Love once A-Rod leaves. I think we're going to give him a fair shot. Yeah, I think we're going to give him a fair shot. And then if it doesn't work, it don't work. Yeah, Tree and I actually streamed really well together because he just called the Steelers plays, I called the Packers plays. I think it was really good. AFC Championship. I think the Chiefs are going to probably be there. Chiefs Patriots or Chiefs Bills, I think, are the top one. Actually, no, Colts could be there too. I think the Colts have actually a great shot of getting there. And then NFC, Packers Bucks, Packers Cowboys, likely. Packers Cardinals, maybe. Packers Rams. I just want the Packers there. That's all. That's all. We'll see. We'll see. Saints have a shot at the wild card? Yes, it's a very slim chance, though. Very, 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 very. That's why he's always looking up into trees. Favorite person I've done in a game collab with? I mean, I love me some Brandon Perna, obviously. For a game specifically... It was a game as a bye week. Wes was pretty great too. Wes and I had a really good first interview. I really liked that. So, linemen have a high rate of injury this year. I think with some of the major teams, yeah. So, Arizona can beat the Cowboys. They can. I really hope they do. I hope Arizona just comes out swinging this week. The Monster Charity streams become a yearly thing. I think it should. I had a good time with it. So, oh god, Packers Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. Whew. That'd be something. That would be something. Washington Wildflowers. That's it, baby. That's it. Yeah, Colts O-line, Ravens O-line, Packers O-line. Bills O-line is just bad. So. Thought a Saints fan for the South. Drew, Alvin, Cam. I have not thought of names yet. No. Names I do not have. I have potential characters, like archetypes, but I don't have names yet. I definitely have no names yet. So. Well, listen, we've won 12 games without those guys. So if we don't get them back, it is what it is. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, ZJ, it's wild. It's been a crazy season. Original idea. Oh, Perna. Perna came up with the idea for Clickbait Sports. I think he also came up with the name. Yeah, Perna had the idea. But, yeah. We're second favorites behind Kansas City. Kansas City is rocking and rolling right now. We'll see how good they can maintain it. Scooter's actually gonna maybe take... He's pondering taking the bet with me that the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. So. Will the Blood Demon make an appearance in 2022? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. GPS. We both wanted it to work with each other last year. GPS was gonna be something that was gonna happen last year, but then Pern had a baby, so that kind of got in the way, and it also wouldn't have worked with my job and everything. So we've been both been wanting to do something together for a long time. Your West characters have last names. Oakley, Captain Finn Oakley does. So, team in the playoffs that can run will be the ones that Packers fits. This will be their problem in the Super Bowl. Yeah. You and Lauren collaborate in the future? Yeah. I think there's a good shot of it. Good shot of it. The AFC North? I think the Bengals are the favorite right now. Is part of the one Breck owes money to? No. No. That's not the one. That is not the one. Love will probably start, but maybe Benkert gets activated, which is what I want to see, just so we can potentially get one step closer to getting his pension. So, Beasley leaving? I wouldn't be surprised if he does leave. I really wouldn't be surprised. But if McKenzie becomes that guy, then you're not really gonna have to worry about it. So, love me some Brandon Perna. But Gavin pooped today. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Brecco Mighty is someone else we've seen in the GCU. Maybe. Perna, I'm going to try to get him on one more time. At least one more time. Will the Bears re-sign Matt Nagy? Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. I decide Packcast fantasy winners get lumped into a Champions League, or are you waiting depending on the Packcast won? You'll definitely get announced. I have to see what I want to do with that, because it was a lot to be in 7 leagues this year. So I want to make sure. I got to figure out what I want to do with it. I have the off season to think about it, but I definitely have to think about it. Who are you playing in? Are you playing Brett Goody? Who are you playing in the Packcast 1 league? He was that guy, but I don't know if he could be in, week out. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Will Sean Payton retire? I don't think this season. Rodgers and Adams most likely gone, as well as some defensive guys. You think we'll go after any free agents? No. I don't. Considering the cap space, definitely not. Rodgers and Love get hurt, and Benkert leads Packers to Super Bowl. I mean, I would not be happy about that. I mean, I'd be happy about a Super Bowl, but I'm not going to be happy about someone getting hurt. If that happened to happen, I'll be happy that for Benkert, but I'm not gonna be happy for that. So making a slow comeback in the pick'ems. Yes. You're playing Brett Goody. There you go. Brett Goody! Yeah, Packers don't have the cap. Packers don't have the cap to like go to Macy's and buy something right now. Would 5 points be featured in the show? Well, that's the thing. I would like to get Lauren on, but 5 points would come out because I haven't done a game preview with him. But so I would like to do that. Yo, what? 5 Point Vids did a recap video. I'm doing a recap video. Mine's better. Mine's better. I do think Pete Carroll's gone. Yeah. Nagy and Zerbo get fired and swap teams. That's what I want. I just want them to do that. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want much. I just want them to swap teams and both of them be terrible forever. Is that too much to ask? A sponsorship with Oakley or one-eye glasses. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would very much like that. That would be phenomenal. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Kumaro, I think. Kumaro's probably gone. It does seem like a normal request. I don't think it's too much to ask. It would just be like, hey, I want you to suffer forever. What's wrong with that? I just want to know what's wrong with that. I don't think. I do know who Chiseled Adonis is. Yes, I do. He was like the #1 guy on Hot Mic. And then Hot Mic, I wanted to keep working with them, but the NFL was like, yeah, no, you can't do that on, you can't advertise while you're like streaming NFL stuff. So it just did not make sense. Hope the guys are doing well. I talked to them like a while ago. So, yeah. Yeah, it's still going. Still going. Yeah, I know like NBA games, stuff like that, they could do all that. But what gum do you think Pete Carroll has chewed for the past 73 years? Bazooka. Bazooka. So, yeah. I'd say that. I would say that. It's probably Bazooka. I would think so. But yeah, these next 2 episodes, I'm already thinking about next week's episode. Doing any Bucks games with Hot Mic? Maybe, potentially. The thing is now, like, the audience has become, like, I built my audience on here, so I don't know, like, how much sense it makes to migrate to a different platform. So, would Chisel potentially make an appearance on Clickbait? We've talked about people making appearances on Clickbait and having guests, but the issue is there's already 5 people on it, and it's already incredibly, like, crowded and difficult to speak. So I don't know if 6 people solve that. So I don't know. It's just it's a difficult, like, that's why when I did the charity stream, I wanted to make sure that like it was only 1 to 2 people with me, because it just keeps it a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit easier. I can have actual conversations, etc. So we've talked about guests on GPS too. Yes, we have talked about that, especially on the Wednesday episodes. But the thing is, like, when we think that there's nothing to talk about, there's still plenty to talk about. So maybe in the off season, because Pern and I need to sit down and actually like iron out what the off season looks like for GPS and like how often we're doing it. We'll still do it on a weekly basis, but I don't know if it's gonna be 3 times a week. Likely not. So yeah. Most competitive Super Bowl matchup. Take out the Packers. Ooh. Colts Buccaneers could be fun. Colts Buccaneers could be fun. So, yeah. Never claiming my gift card. Oh, by the way, Josh, he sent me a picture. He got his PS5 today. He got it today. He sent me the pic. He sent it to me. Hold on. He said, thanks for my Grossi station. Boom. I sent him a sticker with the PS5. Ba-boom. Nailed it. Nailed it. After the Packers beat the Vikings on Sunday and Dallas lose to Arizona, should the Packers sit players for 2 weeks? Yes. Get as healthy as humanly possible. As healthy as humanly possible. Chloe, you're not an idiot. I think he is... But he was also asked today, is there a possibility that he could retire after this year? And he said everything's on the table still. I would not be necessarily surprised if they win a Super Bowl, I would not be surprised if he retired. Because I think he said this. He's done everything in the game that he wants to do, which is about championships now. Like, he has his legacy. He's the #1 like quarterback in Packers history in terms of touchdowns. Like, he set like all these records. You know? So. Oh, good deal, Foster. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to pick it up for the Q&A, but I will attempt. Retire like Peyton Manning, like John Elway did too. Yeah. Take care, Jake. Yeah, loving the game. Yeah, I know. We'll see. Is there any Rodgers scenario that would surprise you? Yes, if he signs a long-term deal with the Packers, I'd be surprised. I would legitimately be surprised because that, like, and I mean long-term, like at least 3 years. That would legitimately surprise me because 1, I don't know how the hell we afford that. And 2, that means that we're literally giving up on Jordan Love after a game. So that would surprise me significantly. So, yeah, I think a long-term deal would be like, what? Because at this point, right, Jordan Love, he'll be 2 years in. They can have a 5th-year option, but that's fully guaranteed, and you've only seen him play 1 game in 2 years on a short week. So then you basically say, okay, you need to make the decision about his 5th-year option after his 3rd year. You know, how much, if Rodgers comes back next year, how much is he going to play? So then you're basically going to say, hey, all right, yeah, we want a 5th-year option on a guy that we know nothing about. It's not, the contracts just don't line up. They don't line up well. So, yeah. So, I mean, he could retire. He could. My cousin says that they will extend Rodgers, now will fix the cap. Nope. That is very inaccurate. That is, nope. Nope. They can restructure whatever, but they still need to pay him a boatload of money next year. And that's without extending or getting a new contract for Jair Alexander. That's without a new contract for Devontae Adams. Like, it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. So, no, I have not done predictions yet. I have them all written out right here. I'm actually going to record it right after here, after this episode. If Rodgers did stay, would you be excited? I would be excited, yeah. Especially if they somehow do some magic and they just kick the can like way down the road and they're like, hey, listen, we have a window, let's go win. But I'm also of the mindset, like, I gotta be very, very honest. If the Packers win a Super Bowl this year, that buys them like at least 5 years in my book. Like, they could suck for the next 5 years if they win a Super Bowl this year. Like, I feel like it would just alleviate a lot of it, considering we've gone to so many NFC Championship games. If they actually won and they win a bowl and Rodgers like retired or like Rodgers like decided not to come back, I'd be like, okay, because we won it. So that's it. Retiring helped the cap. I don't know if they pay him his last thing or it's fully guaranteed. I don't know. As part of how that feels. True. But again, I don't want them to suck for 5 years. No, not at all. I'm just saying, I want to win another one. Like, I want it so bad. And we've gotten so close. And I really think last year, 2014 and last year, out of all the times that we've been to the NFC Championship game, 2014 and last year, I think we could have definitely won the Super Bowl. 100%. So, yeah. That's it. So, dealing with garbage address. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying there would be some forgiveness there. 100%. If he wins, yeah, if he wins and he wants to go, okay. I'm not going to be happy and cheer for it, but I'd be understanding and content and be like, okay, we won. So, that's it. That is it. INS, we cannot afford to franchise tag him if we even wanted to. There's no way on God's green earth that we are franchising that man. That will not happen. That will not happen. I think they could have beat the Chiefs. Absolutely. I think that they could have won the entire thing. But if wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean. But folks, I appreciate you tuning in. As always, I appreciate the support from the YouTube members and the Patreon members. I got some predictions. Go on, Johnny. Got some predictions to go record. We're going to rock and roll with that. So those will be out about an hour and a half, something like that. So they'll be out late tonight, but you could always see them later. But folks, I appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow for clickbait, and I'll see you then. But folks, thank you so much for watching. Yes, I'm going to make this public, yes. But thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But I'm Tom frickin' frackin' Grossi. And as always, go pack, go. Bam, bam, ba-ding, ding, ding.